Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Hope everybody is having a fantastic Monday so far and a good start to the week. Welcome to Wickin It and Kickin' It, where apparently I'm making a habit of falling asleep and starting late. Last couple Sundays have been, I don't know, they've been a thing. And I mean, I was up earlier today too, you know what I mean? And I swear to God, I set my alarm again and everything, and it just I don't know. Just don't like me. It just don't like me. But yo, we're here. We're not as late as we were last week, so that's a plus. I scrambled. I got some things together. I kind of had a plan in mind. My original plan probably isn't going to pan out, but we're still gonna pretty much set up the same device, and we're gonna hang out because that's what we do. We come together, have a good time, and I freaking appreciate the hell out of all of you for it. Um, I did pin at the top of the at the thing there. There is the latest raffle rumble. Same rules apply. Dose eat for dose many for each ticket, and the wheel spin will be live in the JMW Facebook group uh, June 15th. June 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you're not a member already of the JMW Facebook group, you can Facebook search that so you can get in the know. And I appreciate Duchess for dropping those links and everything like that. Um, be on the lookout for people like Duchess and Mao to drop their own links in the chat. And Dell also has like a really cool model content channel on YouTube. And let's see who's here, because I am still a little groggy, and I need chat. I need chat interaction to get me rocking here. Furper was first. He says, "Yo, what's up, dude? Hope you're having a good night, Chris." Duchess has entered the chat like a final boss on casual mode. Cue dramatic music. Um, Fog machines optional. I heard there was chaos, and I brought snacks. You definitely need snacks. I don't have any snacks. I actually don't even have any coffee. I didn't have any time to make it. Um, Dell is here. Says yo yo. We are so back. Yeah, we are. We're here, dude. We made it. We make it happen. We make it happen. But yeah. Also, so the thing was like I actually wasn't like I actually didn't like oversleep, but I turned on my computer and like everything like was like not right. Like there was things missing. Like I was missing my inventory shortcut, which thankfully is saved in the drive, or I can just get it again from Dan. But like I noticed that was missing, and then the StreamYard shortcut was like it's a whole thing. So like you got to get in there, and then you got to get the URL and drag them back over to the desktop. But like it's way easier when you got a shortcut to just click into StreamYard every week to get things started. So I had to restart my computer and all that stuff, and then wait for an update. So yeah, we had to push back the start 15 minutes. Otherwise, I think I would have made it. I think I would have made it. You looking for some bomb ass liquids? There we go, Duchess. Thank you. Right there for all your tasty goodies. Don't forget that my friends they got them too. But there's that link. Waffle Madness says Mao. Hell yeah, dude. Mao won the last one first place. Ronnie took second place. Uh, those those have arrived in their possession. So basically, it's kind of the same deal, unless we get the t-shirts up and rocking. Um, it says t-shirt like on the picture where I posted it, but I mean, I think we've been doing these hats. However, we both the Asgard minis were chosen in the last couple. So what I did was I went to Steel Valley and I picked up a Bonza Pro. So we have another Alexa 6 RBA, a Bonza Pro, and we still got that ship sub tank hanging around. I know there is a couple people that are interested in that if they win, but yeah, dude, I've been loving the Bonza Pro, and I thought somebody out there might want to play for it because I think it's a freaking rad RDA. I picked up two of them myself. Duchess says, bored at home alone? Your wife talk too much and need a distraction? Still an empty loser with no friends? Then come to Mouthopolis. The party never stops here. Yeah. Now featuring Mao, JMW, and Duchess product. Yeah, see? Right there. There it is right there. The trifecta. The trifecta. We all support each other. We all kick ideas and talk business back and forth and give each other a hard time because it's warranted. You know, you got to keep each other in check. I appreciate you, Duchess and Mao. And there's the link right there. LT says, "Hey, it's Wiki time." Hashtag JMW Life. Hell yeah. Hello, LT. Hello, hello. Uh, she's saying yo-yo at a Duchess and Ben. Fur. Dell says, "Hi, LT." Kim, good evening, everyone. Oh, I forgot to share my link in a couple places real quick. Let me do that right quick. I don't want any friends to forget that I forgot them. We got to go here. Boom. Oh, that's the wrong link. Wait. Wow. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm smart. Clipboard. We got to go to clipboard. There we go. Boom. Bear with me 2 seconds. I know you guys probably will. Copy. There. That makes it easier. Boom. And one more. Boom. All right. Everybody's got the link now. Everybody that I like to send it to. Hope you're staying cloudy, Paul Cole. Yeah, I'm sure he is. And Kim C also, it's a pleasure to see you. Hope you're doing well. He said, Paul Cole says, you know it. Dell says, Hellman's gang, right up. Yeah, dude. See, I'm Team Hellman's all the way. Dukes is just Hellman's with paprika in it. I said what I said. I've never had it. I'm just messing around. You can't even get Dukes everywhere in the United States. They certainly don't have it in New York. So Kim C says, shout out to Duchess. I just got to use his coils, and all I can say is fantastic. If you have never tried them, what are you waiting on? Go get you some. You will not be sorry. Thanks, Duchess. Absolutely. Thank you for that testimonial, Kim C. I know Duchess appreciates it. I love to hear it. I have been loving the hell out of Duchess coils. As a matter of fact, like me and Dan have been discussing like the future growth of JMW, and I personally would like to stock some Duchess coils for any of our JMW customers. Maybe want to just grab a set while they're already getting liquid. I think that would be pretty rad, but that's obviously something that would have to be like discussed and worked out between multiple parties. So until then, you guys know where to find him. And even then, you guys still know where to find him. And then, of course, Mao's got his screamers. We got our kink stuff, but you know, that stuff just kind of sits around. Eventually, people snag them. We do have stags on the site, but yo, them Duchess coils, dude, I have been enjoying the hell out of them. As a matter of fact, it's a great time to say that I still got this in my rotation. I've been rocking this all week. We've got that Duchess coils, the Umami SFC inside the Torin burrow in the Xeon. I did find a drip tip that is a little bit longer. It's a broken ohm drip tip. I had to take both O-rings off to get it to fit on there. But man, this umami reading perfectly at a 0.39, 47 watts. We've got Mao Mix double barrel in there. So freaking delicious. So freaking good. This setup is it's doing what I expected it to do. And that umami, because it's wicked a little light, because that FD8, those FDH 2.5 millimeter wicks are a tad light. I'm even getting a touch of SFC crackle, and SFCs don't typically crackle, but you can get them to a little bit. So good. Duchess says, thank you, Kim, for the kind words. Del says, I'm going to need to try Duchess coils. When it's rebuild time, you do. You should. Absolutely. Chaos is here. Says, sorry, I'm late. No worries, man. I was late. He says, I'm in a tornado warning. Yeah. Dude, I heard that earlier today. That there's just like tornadoes wreaking havoc all over the country right now. Hope you stay safe, man. Paul says, hell yeah, Monday I cut grass for 6 hours today. Yeah, dude, I bet. Especially if like it's in the heat, beat in the heat. Duchess says, sounds like you need to stop taking naps because they don't agree with you, which makes me sad because adult naps are necessary for everyone else's survival. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. What I need to do is, get to bed at an earlier time, but uh, that's yet to be seen. Some nights it happens. Paul says, get to do it again tomorrow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Today's my youngest daughter Carly's birthday. She turned 13 today. Yo, Carly, happy 13th birthday. That is so awesome. Happy birthday. Oh man, a teenager now. Dean's gonna be hitting that number 13 in 3 months. In about 3 months here. Dell says, "Wake up, samurai." Dickie Mo is here. Yo, y'all. You're just fashionably late, Steve. Yeah, thank you. Good to see you, Dickie Mo. A wizard arrives exactly when he is meant to. Yeah, I love that line. Jersky, always feel free to call myself or tech support, bro, 24/7. Um, sweet, sweet. I mean, it wasn't anything that I couldn't troubleshoot real quick. It was just unexpected. I appreciate that, man. Mouse says I'm rebuilding the six as we wick it and kick it. Yeah, and guys, if you are building or re-wicking or setting something up along with the stream today, feel free to let me know what that is, or send a pic in, uh, send a hand check in. But just drop it in the chat. Let me know what you guys are rocking with tonight. Hope everybody's enjoying something tasty. I'm pretty sure Dell sent me one early. Again, what I need to do is practice pulling things up on Discord. I know because every time I open Discord while I'm live, Discord just kind of like overrides everything, and I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Dusty is here. Good to see all. Good to see you all. Dusty, it's good to see you. Good to see you making the live. I know here and there he makes the lives, but man, consistent replay crew, man, and I really appreciate it. Love seeing those comments from Dusty midweek, and shout out to the rest of the replay crew as well. Mouse says I'm. Oh yeah, I read that. It was rigged. Shame on a rigger who try and run. Oh, I get it. I was gonna get the 6 RBA recently, but got the odd job instead because it's matchy, says Dell. Yeah, I have the original odd job, not the V2. I loved it when I could get it wicked just right. That thing sings, dude. But like, you gotta wick it like so like meticulously light. Otherwise, it freaking like it'll seem like it's vaping great, but then all of a sudden it'll just start drying up on you, and It's frustrating, and it's a shame because I love like the flavor and the airflow on that RBA when it's right. But I don't know. You know when like you like something, but like when it has those little cons that just keep you from wanting to pick it up and try and build it or run it. It's one of those for me. Arnie is here. Says yo yo Arnie. Good evening, sir. Drew says we actually still have some sub tanks. I know they are mostly out of stock, but not here. LOL. Coils too. Oh shoot, that's awesome. That's good to know. Um, that is good to know. Blue Diamond Clouds. Hi hi. I made it. Hey, good to see you. You did make it. I am glad. And I also know you said I think you said you were like going out of town for a little while. I hope you had a good trip. Um, let's see, LT, Steve, Mao, and Duchess, the trifecta, perfecta. Thank you, LT. And then LT is the cherry on the top. Yeah, yeah, that's Mama Bear right there. I don't know where the heck that's coming from, but I hear scratching, and I don't like it. I mean, I know it's coming from who it's coming from. Live Wonk says Del, heck yeah. Paul says there are so many good DIYers uh, that it's hard to try everyone's stuff. I'll get there eventually. Hey, leave that box alone. You're not going to get into it. Yeah, I just got a delivery, and it's a big box. It's got a couple gallons of EG in it, and if you leave a box on the counter, she's gonna scratch at it because she wants to get into it. Even though there's literally like 3 boxes that are open that she can get into right now. She's got one that she sleeps in, one that she plays in, another one she hides in. Hey, what are you doing? Um, Delsa's still waiting on that FDH. Yeah, it takes it's like about a 3 week turnaround or so. About a sometimes it can be a little sooner, but it's usually about a 3 week turnaround. Uh, Peter's pest control advice. Hey everyone, sorry I have not been around for a few weeks. Been busy. Dude, that's all good, Peter. It's freaking great to see you, man. Great to see you. Welcome back, sir. Um, Happy birthday, Carly, says Dickie Mo. Duke in New York, only on Amazon. Oh, I never even checked Amazon. No kidding. QHB. She says, "Hey, HVC." Yeah, hot vapor chicks. The hot vapor chicks are here. uh, Blue Diamond Cloud says, "I've got some drip tips that are longer if you can't find others, but we have a great drip tip maker already in the crew. We do. We do. And I have some of his tips. As a matter of fact, I got a green one right here in the billet box. Voltro RBA, 3 millimeter pendulum coil, cherry bomb. And I was gonna rewick this tonight, man. But you know, like when something is just like still just vaping so great, you don't want to mess with it. This has been going a month now. Pretty much, I think we've hit the month mark this week, and yeah. Mm. Saturated and delicious. Cookie cane. Can't beat it. I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with it. At least not tonight. Uh, Naps. I had a long one today, but it's rare when I can. Yeah. Uh, and I mean I still got Dean here too, and he's a night owl. He's up late, so that contributes. He sleeps in late as well. Um, Happy 13th birthday, Carly, says Blue Diamond. And yep, good times ahead. LOL. Yo, yo. Ronnie, sup? All still working? Ronnie, I hope you having as good of a day as you can at work. And I know you said you were still unpacking and your move wasn't going as well as you had hoped. But I hope things turn around. I hope you get settled in well. And it's good to see you, man. Paul says, yeah, my son just graduated. He got straight A's all 4 years through high school. He did very well. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Brian Enoch, dude, welcome to Wickin It Kickin It. He says hi there. Dude, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Don't be alarmed by all the wrenches. I do hand them out occasionally when people are here, a couple 2 3 times because we do a lot of DIY talk here, uh, and I like to allow people to share their recipe links if they have any, or other people to share content if they do content, or if we're a community of liquid makers and coil builders. So, but you know, we'll do a wrenching when the time comes. We just did one last week, but welcome to Wickin It Kickin It. I always like to preface that because I know like some people get confused when they're like, "Holy moly, look at all these mods." We're all equal here. Uh, Neil Pitt says Delta Squonk, Bonza Pro, Strawberry Twinkie Milkshake, uh, and the Unit Squonk Nitrous with Chocolate Milkshake and OBS Engine mod, and PNPX sub ohm tank with my Tropical Blast in it. That list is getting longer, Neil. You've added Tropical Blast. Very nice. Congrats, Paul Cole. Congrats to him and to the whole family, says Blue Diamond. To help him get there, yeah. Takes a village, right? It takes a village, they say. Ern, what's up, cool kids? Listening on my way home as per usual. Ern, dude, what's up, my man? Uh, let's see. Dell says Oddjob B2 is super easy to wick. Got it first try. Yeah, I mean they kind of fixed some of those little niggly points. As Todd would say, the niggly points. Like Dusty says our oldest grandson graduates high school this week. Boy, is he in for an awakening. Yeah. No more summer vacation. Yeah, that's true. Uh, the Oddjob V2 much better than the V1, says Drewski. No kidding. Guys, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I'm not that much of a Burrow guy anyway. But I did enjoy the heck out of it when it was right. Still nothing beats the Voltro for me though, man. I mean, yeah, I know I haven't tried the Mini, but uh that Voltro, man. I just been rocking it for gosh, I want to say it's going to be 3 years this summer. I've been running that Voltro. No kidding. Uh, but maybe it's two. But the Reload Mag RBA is by far my favorite RBA. No shit, says Drew. I'll see if it's still my fave in a month, but I think it will be. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I hear that's a good one. Dusty says thank you. No, thank you. Blue Diamond says went to Indian for hubby's work. Indiana for hubby's work and spent a week on a farm, Airbnb courtesy of his worker's credit card. Yeah, unplugged and was great. That sounds awesome, dude. I used to love to go camping. Uh, uh, Del says I've recently gotten a Mob 2, but I think I need a bigger coil in it, 2.5 small for the 4mm pin. I can see that. I can see that. A lot of people love those Mobs, different ones. Different people like different ones, but I hear they're all pretty good. Stephen L is here. Says yo yo everyone. Stephen L. Heck yeah, dude. Uh, what's in the box? No fair. Boxes are great till you gotta clean up all the paper after they've raked them. Yeah, yeah. Usually, if I leave, I get everything out of there and I just leave a couple open boxes, nothing in them for her to play in. She says yes when it's at the spot. Don't touch it. Yeah. I'll probably lose you all right now, my road. But I'll be right back. All right, cool, Paul. We'll see you when you get back. Cookie cane. I make the cookie cane, but it's not like it's not like a menu item. It's something that like probably what the plan is going to be for it is trying to do a limited drop during Christmas time. Um, but it's like a candy cane cookie. But I mean, if you do DIY, it is actually public on ELR for those who DIY. It's called Cookie Cane. Uh, Drew says, "Oh shit!" Email says my new tips from Furbistro just landed. Be right back. Heck yeah, dude. He's man, he's getting better and better at those tips. Keep seeing more and more pictures. Some of those sexy blocks he's been spinning, sending tips out to people. Woo. We've been in touch. Uh, he's got some things planned. I know that. Blue Diamond says, "Sound. Anyone else lose it? Or is it just my tech? Fine on my end still. Sound is fine on my end. Thank you, everyone. Okay, weird. Got a system check. Be right back. All right. Hopefully you figure it out." Del says, "I've lost my 510 adapter for the Voltrobe RBA." You can get that. Well, okay, so here's the deal. For anybody who may not have heard, I mean, this is a few weeks old now, but like Mark is going to be shutting Voltrove down. Unfortunately, it's just run its course over, I think it's like 9 years that it's been, give or take. However, he asked people please not to flood him with requests for spares. But however, he is going to announce a time to make sure everybody's able to get all their spares and their parts that they need. I had purchased an extra at one point, but that's because I had a whole second Voltro RBA that Mao now has, and he needed the adapter, so I no longer have an adapter. But he has those adapters, and he has spare bags. But he asked everybody for the time being not to rush him with requests for spares, but he'll make it known. He said the whole thing of shutting down is going to take months and months. So uh, just let me know when you want that Oddjob V2. Comes in a Crypt V2 tank. He had that crappy Crypt V2 tank. Um, they rock. Yeah, I'm sure the Oddjob does. The Crypt V2 tank, not so much. Um, I mean, I love the fact that they did all the colors and stuff. I guess it depends on the device, really, the device that you're using it in. Uh, Back got it. Awesome. Neil says, "Steve, I have like 10 mods going with test recipes in them. Some with the same flavors, but trying them in RDAs, RTAs, and sub-ohm tanks, seeing how the flavor holds up in each. That's the way to do it, man. Heck yeah, man. I love it. Pre-order it then. Sounds so good. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about that may be the way to go about that one. Otherwise, like during like a holiday sale, I'm not sure, but um, see, the problem is that like one of the flavors that's in it is kind of limited. There's only so much of it left in the entire world. So, um, yeah, we're gonna do it that way. Mediocre musicians, Estevo, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Mouse says, "I've been rocking Cookie Cane most of the day with some special Duchess liquid, but switched to Cookie Cane when I got home and rewicked, rocking the Andromeda 28 as per usual on the Purge Enforcer." Dude, hell yeah, man. I have not tried it in like a big setup like that. I think the first time we ever tasted it was on the recurve, the original recurve, and then like I moved it to the Burrow, and it's just been there since. Strode says, "Listen, Stevo, I got something special planned for you. You are certainly getting the tips." Hell, man, yeah, I know, buddy. I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Uh, Chris, man, he is such a kind dude, and he's been real good to me. I appreciate it. Uh, I mean, all of you have in your own way, of course. Um, that's when you buy a clone just for spare parts, tanks, adapter. Yeah, but did they do both the 1.1 clone? Did they do a 1.1 clone with an adapter piece? I don't know if they did. Crypt V2 depends on the RBA and mod. It does not like all combo. Yeah, yeah. It sits proud in some mods, and it causes things to not make connection. Uh, no problems out of the crypt tank. Uh, B2. What are the known issues? It the way that it's cut at the bottom, it causes some RBAs to not be able to make connection. That's like the way that like the cutouts are. That's one of the main issues, and that's really the issue. It's just not friendly in all devices. Seriously, on that ingredient, gotta go check out ELR. I'm nosy. So here's the thing: the ingredient is VSO white chocolate. All right, and you can get VSO white chocolate raw. Um, but I feel like the raws. They Swaggy says that if you take the raws and mix them 20% raw to 80% PG, that it's the same thing as the OG VSO flavors. However, some people say that that's not accurate. So basically, in order for the recipe to be correct using the raw, I would have to do some testing and some tweaking. So, and finding time to do things like that lately uh, hasn't always been easy. But the original plan was, because it was a Christmas recipe, was to bring it back during the holiday season. Uh, Although I mention it every week, and there's definitely some interest in it. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, Jersky says some RBAs they have a short pin, and if your mod is not an adjustable pin, sometimes it will not make contact. Yes, that's it. Cass says power just went out, so if I randomly disappear, it's because my phone died. Dude, that's the worst if the power goes out when your phone is at low battery. Yeah, damn, dude, that sucks. Otherwise, I love the Crypt 2 the most. They did make a 1-1 clone for the Voltro V1.1 Burrow combo. No kidding, I didn't know that. I legit grabbed one just for the adapter. Hell yeah. You can get just the adapters though from Mark. Uh, Last I knew you could. I love the airflow on it, front and side smooth. Uh, Thank you. There's the link right there from Steven. There's the cookie cane. We also did it on like a. If you go through like the videos on the page, there's a short that I did where I go over the recipe in my shorts, and then there's a Christmas around December, mid December. There's a Wickin It Kickin It with a thumbnail of candy canes with little JMW snowflakes. We made it, mixed it live on that one. Ern says, "Oh yeah, Steve-O, let me know if you want to trade a bottle of Homeboy Mango. I'll be making my monthly order soon, and I can snag an extra bottle for you." Oh, I know. Mango's tough, man. Yeah, that's definitely one that like I feel like I have to try, at least try one day. Drewski says, "What is your favorite color, Steve? Say a device or Addy was to fall in your lap. What's your colors?" Oh gosh, man. I like to switch it up. Blue, purple, green. Um, I'd be happy with any of those types of colors, but uh, I'm not picky. I'm not picky. I would say like my favorite color are like different shades of like blue, like teal, turquoise. But like I like lots of greens and purples too. So, uh, what's the hype with Homeboy Mango? It's supposed to be the best mango on the market. Um, how to order it? Homeboy uh, has a site. They have them in electric blue. Oh, Blue Diamond Clouds has just got my first bottle of Homeboy Mango today. Oh my God, Knuckle, the perfect mango. Waiting for my coils to come in to taste it, but it is amazing so far. Oh, awesome! Yeah, see, like, and then like we have some mangoes that I absolutely enjoy. Uh, it used to be it's called Moyo on our in the know list, but it used to be called Polly Loves Mango, and love that name so much more. It's a beautiful mango yogurt. And then um, my Bloody Mango, which is a blood orange mango with a little extra tropical twist. I made that kind of technically supposed to be an MTL recipe that I made for my buddy Chris Collins. Uh, Dan ended up loving it and ended up making the menu. I think though, in like a more direct lung setup, it is kind of throaty. Man, it's delicious. Uh, I would love to try the mango though. The Homeboy mango is more of just your standard mango. It's got some little secrets thrown in there. I've heard. Dells says there's also Homeboy's website. Yeah. Uh, he's got a net, if you will. DIY saves me money to spend on hardware I don't need. Yeah, 100%. 100%, dude. Polly Loves Mango is freaking amazing, says Mao. Dude, thank you. Juicy says, I no longer vape commercial juice, but I do grab a bottle of something once in a while. Everyone was going nuts for Grumpy Old Bastard, so I tried it. Yeah, I guess that's one of those classic ones, right? His blue custard is pretty good. Yeah. If you oh man, I almost sent you Del. Oh my God, it's blueberry. When you said surprise me, oh, but you'll try it someday, I'm sure. Tastes like the color blue. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I had oh my God, it's blueberry actually set up in the this guy. I rewicked this. I was running the Don in it all week, and then um I rewicked it because I'm I finished that bottle of Don's bourbon cream. But this tank is like empty, dude. Hold on. Yeah, it's empty. Gotta refill it. Um, that is the dwarf, by the way. That's basically everything that we finished wicking it and kicking it with last week. Is still in rotation. The dwarf on the Shift Plus. That's also got a 3 millimeter cherry bomb inside of it. 2.5 millimeter cherry bomb. We of course got the broken Addy, and like this kind of sucks, man. I had this crackling so perfect, and not like like the super fast snappily crackle. Like I had it crackling like a little lower and more rumbly because that's why I like the crackle the most is to feel that rumble. And I let it sit for a couple days without refilling it, and I lost it. But we got succulents, the ever so lovely succulents in the Broken Addy on the Billy Club. That's everything. Uh, I got the Elder Dragons off to the side as well. There's some testers in them. A couple weeks ago on the show, we mixed a white chocolate raspberry cheesecake. It met my expectations pretty much. I think I'm going to make another bottle. However, update, I did add like a 1/4% of Flavora sweet coconut to it, just enough to wetten it up because it was tasting dry at times. Not enough to taste any coconut, but just to wetten it up. Speaking of coconut, we've just about finished off Mao's bottle of coconut crunch. I'm definitely gonna have to get some more. I've been like dripping it like once a day, just once a day, just to savor it. Uh, and then I also I'm on my coconut kick. I've been playing around with that Samoa cheesecake. I've had a couple other ideas to continue playing with it, although the recipe is well on its way. Um, uh, his blue custard is pretty good. Steve, you want a bottle of Homeboy Mango? I send you one. What MG? Oh, you don't have to do that, man. But I mean, I appreciate it. I It's tough because like I vape a 1.5 or a 2. 3 knocks me on my ass. I'll try it someday, says Dell. So like I usually order zeros if I order something like that. But even if it's just like a little small, I mean, I could like if it's like a small little taster or something. I mean, I could do 3. So 3 and a 0, yeah. uh, yeah, that's what I had to do with my aliens are outside. I ordered a bottle of 0 so I could mix it together with my 3 and make a 1.5. Ern says stepping on my deal. Yeah, Ern, we'll still talk, buddy. We'll still talk. So, speaking of trades, I did make a trade, and I did get a couple. Well, one thing I did not expect, and one thing I was specifically aiming to get, and so we got to set this up today. And as a matter of fact, let me reach and get this guy too. I don't know if we're going to get to this tonight, but we are going to set something up tonight, guys. And I do have a recipe that I rushed to grab the flavors for that I did for an AAFL a couple weeks ago that I still haven't mixed. Maybe we'll push that towards the end again if there's time. Um, but I definitely got to get something set up for this. It is something that I have wanted for a long time, and I am proud to say that I am now the owner of a Grim Green Edition SQ Squonk. There she is. Oh yeah, so stoked. Thank you, Dell. Uh, very, very nice condition. It does that classic thing that clutches tend to do sometimes too. Uh, and I actually don't mind it. One of the doors, or maybe both of them, they don't sit just right. So if like you can sit there and click it. I can't find where it is. I'll find the spot, and when there we go. While I'm holding it, I'll sit there and do that on purpose. God, it's so satisfying to just be able to click it like that, man. My blue clutch, I think it's my blue clutch does that as well. But yeah, the Grim Green Edition SQ Squonk. Also, I was talking to a couple friends, and actually, let's open it up real quick, and we'll take a look inside of it. It's kind of similar to how the clutch is built, right? Fuck us. But it's got a squonk assembly in there, and let me get. I need a tool or something. All right, and it's top adjustable, and I'm sure this is a pretty solid 510, right? It's top adjustable. The reload tool fits in there just perfectly, so you can screw that up and down and make adjustments. It's got this is like a Coil Master bottle, fits just right. X-Star round bottles do fit in there perfectly. You've got your top contact, bottom contact. It's got the same like kind of style battery sled as the clutch does, or the clutch X18, and then this little piece right here that pops out that holds this contact in. But this 510, and I'm going to tell you what, I'm sure it works great. And it's adjustable from the top. But I talked to a couple people that have upgraded these, and I am going to order a 16 millimeter Reset V3 510. And this eventually, what I want to do is I'm going to swap the 510 on this, make it bottom adjustable, and there won't be any more brass parts. that brass or is that copper? I believe that's brass. Just because over time brass is a little more of a pain in the ass to keep clean and maintain. But we're gonna set something up tonight, and here's what I wanted to do. I thought here's a good idea, right? Uh, it's a Grim Green Squonk, right? I thought it only made perfect sense to put a recoil on it. I wanted to put an OG recoil on it. I didn't have time to dig out my squonk pin though. That's one of the things I ran out of time. But however, even if I adjust this all the way down, oh, that's the wrong way. Even if I adjust this all the way down, and first of all, it looks kind of, the recoil looks kind of big on the Grim Squonk, right? It looks kind of big on there. It does work though. It works. We can make it work. But if you look, that's with the that all the way down. I don't know if you can see it. There's a gap. Oh, there it is. It gaps. You see the light underneath? Oh, there it is. It gaps. Which would be the benefit of a Reset 510. Being bottom adjustable, you can screw it all the way down and then spin your reset to make contact that way. And then there would be no gap. Now sometimes it's just these, it's the outside housing that is longer that causes those gaps. Hopefully it's not that, but we'll find out. So unfortunately, we're not going to be, and I didn't get the squonk pin out. Maybe the squonk pin might be a little shorter, possibly. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to run that on there tonight. Also, I thought a good match would be the RDA for vaping, V2. Doesn't quite gap as much. And I have like one of those like plastic little discs that I could put under there that would kind of make it look like the gap was at least, well, that would kind of actually fill the gap just to make sure, you know, that everything is kind of solid. And I mean, look at that. That looks sick, right? Both of those look freaking sick on there, right? Still a little clunky, a little bit big, a little clunky. And also, this is a single 18650 device. I don't very often run dual coils on a single 18650 Mac. However, I was going to make an exception for the recoil, except it's got that gap, and I didn't get the squonk pin out. Also, I got some Samsung 20Ss that, you know, would have been just fine. Old hardware wonk, yeah. We'll have to catch up here. Got clutch. Oh yeah, baby. Gotta run. We'll catch the replay. Much love, y'all. Dusty, have a great night, man. Congrats on this special. Yeah. Oh snap, that's rad. Yeah, dude. Limited edition. I've been after one for a while, and like I said, I know people that have put those resets in these, and it makes them freaking perform even better. I'm sure this is going to perform just fine, but you know, we always are. As a mech user, somebody who likes to tinker, and as a mech squonker, if I can put a reset into a squonk, I'm gonna do it. Dragging chat down, I'm stuck on the white chocolate VSO and went searching. Yes, pre-ordering this recipe since I can't find it anywhere. That and flavor shots and extra sweetener and the wicking and the kicking has now commenced. Hell yeah. Send out all the contacts and have them silver plated, or watch how it's do it at home with 9-volt batteries and things on YouTube. Not hard at all, not that expensive. Yeah, but Reset 510s are literally like a 16 millimeter will just be able to pop this out and pop that one right in. Plus also bottom adjustable. Yeah, we see it. Do these things happen because of manufacturers not making them well? Um, I mean, not necessarily. Sometimes just certain things like just don't match up right. Some RDAs just weren't meant to go on squonkers. That's the thing about the recoil. It originally wasn't meant to go on a squonk mod. Um, and sometimes 510, those 510s are just longer. It just happens. Not made bad, just not everything exactly the same size. And that, yeah, half millimeter makes all the difference. Yeah. The tip matches the button. Yeah, well, this tip actually matches. Oh, if you're talking about the RDA for vaping V2, it does. So does this recoil tip. That's the thing. My focus is not my best friend today. Uh, and that's kind of what my original idea was. I did have another idea. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I had another idea, and this would have to actually just be rewicked. But this has been living on a different mod. But I just kind of want to, when I usually first get something, I like to play with possibilities. I kind of wanted to show another possibility. Here's one. This would look pretty rad on it. Get a 510 adapter, Reload S Pro, boom, green drip tip. The Reload S Pro is going to overhang though. But you could make it work, right? You could make it work. We're not going to deny that that's overhang because it 100% is. Anything over 24 millimeters. Also, yeah. So this is what I came up with. I realized this is just sitting here. This is just sitting here, guys. It's got a beauty ring, and I have it's a slightly different shade of green. Boom. This is going to be an easy build. It's a single coil. It's got a beauty ring. It will fill in that gap, and I think this is what we're going to do tonight. I know we just built a what's this called? A nitrous. I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But this one is in desperate need of a new coil. We got to put the squonk pin in this one. I've got a coil out, and I think this is what we're gonna do. I also have a green bottle that I think I might swap in here. Where is all my stuff? There we go. There we go. Focus is not being my friend. There we go. And I think this might be the way to go tonight. The way to go. And I don't know if we're going to get to it or not. Maybe, maybe not. I have not tried it yet, but oh, a Type friggin' 2. All right. All right. A Type friggin' 2 stainless steel with a Just Try It drip tip in there. And I got to say, I did check to see if the Just Try It drip tip fit in some of my burrows. It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't fit in the flush nuts. It does fit in this though. It does kind of look pretty slick on that. A little bit long. But we're probably just gonna use it. We're gonna just try it tonight if we get to it. I don't know. I was thinking maybe of spending some time to at least practice wicking it once. But I do have a set of dual Duchess umami coils that would look pretty rad in there. Let me check this chat real quick because I'm sure I'm way behind. The tip, what a nice piece. Couldn't be in better hands. Thank you. We got emojis, overhang gang. Yeah, you can't taste overhang. You can't. You can't. Nice green spectrum V2. It's that 1 millimeter smaller. LOL. Yeah. Oh, sweet. So that's what I think we're gonna do. I have a couple coils here. Unfortunately, I have my Duchess coils here, and I do have a set of triple 28s. They're 2.5 millimeter though. I kind of want to put a 3 millimeter single into the nitrous. And also, I kind of want that resistance to be a little bit lower than what the triple 28s would be. So what I got, and I think we're going to, first I got to, let's do this first. Let's do this first. Let's find the squonk pin. Yeah. Look at all these extra friggin' nitrous parts. Cool, huh? Bam, bam. These are my dual coil caps. We're gonna get the squonk pin out first. Gosh, there's just so much crap in here. There you are, squonk pin. And then I gotta pull that coil out, and I got a coil in mind. They are mech burrow coils that were supposed to go onto the JMW menu for the Kinks line, but they just kind of never really made it. It's basically, I don't know. They come out to like they're 3 millimeter. They come out to like a 0.18. Add half a wrap, it might come to a 0.19 ish. It's I think it's tri-core 28 gauge NI90 with 38 gauge NI80 on the outside. But what I want to do first here is get this out. Take that out. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Bam. Get this guy in. We need we need this guy for that. Boom. Squonk pin installed. Hopefully. All right. Squonk pin installed. Let's put our solid pin back in our bag so we don't lose it. Boop. Get that back in there. Get these guys back in here. Cool. That's out of the way. I need to get my hands on a big, goofy stainless steel pipe drip tip, says Mao. Yeah. To put on the Pixel. Yeah. I wanted to put it on here, dude. I wanted to put it on here. But it does not fit. The same deal. This flush nut is too narrow on the inside there. I tried other flush nuts. The flush nuts from my my Cthulhu's, and I have extra Cthulhu flush nuts. The threading doesn't freaking cooperate with that device. So, yeah. The only flush nut that it fit into was one of the Cthulhu ones. And we'll find a home for the Just Try It. Yo, yo! Yo, yo, yo! Second World Scallywag Patrick, what's up? You just getting back from a meeting, dude? I know you were saying last week you did a meeting at this time. Late meeting and got a longboard and spaced on the stream. My bad. I'm here and sweaty. Oh, dude, longboarding sounds awesome right now, though. Hope you had a good meeting, man. Mouse says I love damn vape, but I hate damn vape's drip tips and flush nuts. Yeah, they had some funky drip tips. Although this is a recurve drip tip. Also, Squanch. Squanch makes 3D printed versions of these tips. They look freaking sick as tits on the nitrous. Many of you already know that as well. And of course, we also have Furfistrode in-house, who is spinning some sexy resin blocks. Um, uh, what do I need? I need this flathead. Let's move in a little bit. Bam. And focus. Are we focused? Yeah, okay, we're good. About as good as we're gonna get. I'll send you a vid of my board. Great meeting. Got out early. Love the hose kind. Damn Babe has drip tips. Yeah. Let's see. Is this one going to work? Yep. This is an old Twisted Timmy's Alien V1, I think. And while it's probably about the same resistance as the coil that we're going to put in there, it's all NI80. We're going to get, also, it's old. It needs to go. Even at the same resistance, the NI90 cores are going to give us nicer ramp up for the thing, the mech squonk. Yeah, so here's the coils here. These were spun by Jared right before he started doing pendulum coils. He was still making the JMW Kinks line. Anybody familiar with pendulum coils? Everything that is on the JMW menu under the name Kinks. Come on. There we go. And of course, they're opposing leads. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to add a quarter wrap to either side, because obviously you can't add a full wrap on one side, because which one of these had a slightly longer? This one did. And hopefully they're still at about 4.5 millimeter length. One of these had slightly longer leads than the other. That's the one I want to use. Yeah, there we go. They're about the same, but still. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do this again. There we go. Damn it, who would have thought that? Those kind. It's a really high end longboard and rides smoother than a sheet of velvet. My preferred transportation. Cars are too expensive. So fucking what? Yes. So fucking what? Guys, if you haven't seen SFW, dude, seriously, one of my all-time favorite movies. You guys got to see it. It's also got Guar on the soundtrack. So fucking what? Let's see. So yeah. Oh, I dropped it. Butterfingers. So I'm going to push that a quarter that way, then a quarter that way. Bam. There we go. Now we have 5 wraps. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to measure them just to make sure, because what I want is 4.5 leads. I know last time we did 5 when we did the nitrous. Then everybody was saying, no, you want to do 4. You want to do 4. And then after the stream, I actually clipped it to 4.5, and it was perfect. It was perfect. So let's see where we're at here. We're gonna go 4.5. All right, yeah, they're just a little bit needs to be snippy dipped. Cliff's Fab is the GOAT, yeah. Take him out. Move that over there. And come on. Take him out. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. That should be perfect. Get our tools out of here. That should be perfect. There we go. Obviously it's blurry, but you get the idea. We already did the close-up on it. And just drop it right in where the other one was. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's just hold it in place. Actually, that one looks like it's a tad longer. It's got a little nubbin. Let me clip that nubbin off. Nubbin. There we go. Now it should sit pretty even. Boom. Flatheads are still my favorite, even though sometimes they can be a little screwy. Pun intended. Boom. He said a little screwy, and it's a screw. All right. No. Why is it doing that? There we go. All right. Well, we'll straighten it in a second here. Maximum wonk. Return of the wonk. All right. Wonk. Let's do this. Straighten it up. Uh-oh. Oh, now we got to go back this way. And I think that's good. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my cap on and make sure it's like centered. Wonk, wonk by the master. Just kind of want to make sure that it's sitting center evenly. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty darn good. Nice and centered in there. It is not. Oh, yeah. We're beautiful. Let's get some heat to it. Let's get this thing set up, huh? Dun, dun. 1, 2, 3. Bed single. I always forget to do this. I'm sorry. Every time I do that focus thing to do up close, I always forget. He says, damn, straight. Straight? Is that a question mark? Let's see. Where are my tweezers? I just poked myself right in the nipple with them. That's too high. We're going to start at like 15 watts. It's 0.16 pre-flare. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go up to 20 watts. I'm gonna give that a little tug on that. We've got a compacted lead there, so I want to pull that wrap away from the lead. Sometimes you just, rather than scraping, you can give a little tug on your leads in between them, or not leads, wraps, to pull the wraps away from each other. And sometimes that gets rid of those pesky corner hot spots. There we go. And I think we're good. And those happen from when I added that quarter wrap on both sides. It created those hot spots in those spots. I think we're good. We're going to reread. It's reading a 0.2, but it's NI90, so I can almost guarantee you it's gonna start dropping down to a 0.19. Yep, 0.198, 0.196, 0.194, 0.193. Yep. NI90 does that. 0.189. See, as it cools. NI90. It's a beautiful thing. It's better on your battery life too. 0.19. Let's go to 25 watts. Just to make sure there's no hot spots now that it's reading correctly. One more quick pulse at 30. And we're golden. Bada bing! GG, you know, wait. I feel Wickin It and Kicking It, the nipple poking channel. Get your kinks, yeah. GG YouTube, wonk spots. Non-wrenched folk find themselves getting flagged a ton here, but there's so few that it's not a common occurrence anymore. What do you mean by flagged? Thank you, Duchess. My alien coil is still going. You gave me, Scott? Steve? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Peter. You know, it's funny too. You know, that's awesome that that's still running. Remember last week? I don't know if you caught the replay, but we were talking about trying Duchess Umami coils, and that's the burrow that you have, right? The Torin burrow. It does work perfectly in there. So future reference. But yeah, I'm sure that alien will last quite a good while. Oh, really? In here? She did that? Here, let's fix that. Where is she? Boom. Boom. There she is. There we go. Hey, Hippo's here. But yeah, I was just talking about you last week, Peter. How I hadn't seen you in a few weeks. All right, let's get our cotton out. Oh no! Tragedy! The lampshade has fallen. Let's get it back on there. Boom. All right. Crisis averted. Hippo, my dude. Mouse said, yeah, but that's what I meant. If you're not wrenched, you're more susceptible to the YouTube finger wag. No kidding. Just been on an emotional break. Yeah, I totally get that, man. I totally get that. I think I'm running low on 3mm FDH cotton until my shipment gets here. So I'm going to use a little bit of this. This is like this weird like Coil Master cotton or something that I got. And like it comes like in this weird roll, and like you unroll it long ways, then you can unfold it like cotton bacon. It's really light and fluffy, but like I rolled up a couple pieces just to have some stuff on hand. I think what I can do, I could probably get 2 wicks out of this. So let me be very careful. But I'm trying to save my 3mm FDH cotton for a dual coil wicks or for the billet box and the dwarf. There we go. I should still be able to use bam. Yeah. Watch this. Ah! No, that's not what I was trying to get you to watch now. Bam. Little bit of cotton waste. Now, if you look at this, you see how long that is? Bam. Just enough to pinch a little nipple. That's two nipple mentions tonight, and it's the exact length to be able to rewick it. Boom, boom, boom. This does not need to be thinned. I'm just going to pick the ends out a little bit, just to make sure there's no crimps from the skeezers. Just a little fluffing. And then the old up and in. We want the fluff because we're going to be squonking. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go with some lemon meringue or some skeleton key. Nah, I want lemon meringue. No. 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 I want lemon meringue. I want lemon meringue. I want lemon meringue. Sometimes you just got to shut down the interwebs and life drains your soul, says Blue Diamond. Yeah. All right. Lemon meringue. Skeleton key was great. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I already got a skeleton key kind of not currently going, but like a couple bottles that like I've been using for skeleton key. And I think, I don't know. Wait, you know what? The green bottle already is a skeleton key bottle. What do you think? Do we do skeleton key? Do we go green on green on green on green? I was thinking lemon meringue, but now man, I said skeleton key, tweezers in the nipple just to feel something. Yeah, man, because I don't think I'm gonna use the black bottle. Not tonight. 13 days clean, by the way. Hell yeah, dude. Not that there's anything wrong with the black bottle. Green seems to be the theme. Yeah, I'm gonna go skeleton key. Once I said it, I said, yeah, I kind of want it. The thing is, skeleton key already lives in like a couple different squonks, but that's all right. Uh, Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my green bottle out, and I'm going to set that one aside. I want to try that bottle and make sure I don't get any bottle flavor from it before completely filling it up all the way, Holy moly, I got, not only do I have tools everywhere like I normally do, but I also have freaking drip tips and stuff everywhere because I was showing you guys different things that would look cool on there. All right, there we go. Let's get her done. I hear fireworks. The ball field. There must be a ball game tonight. Rochester Red Wings. They always do fireworks. Oh yeah, we're getting some crackle. These coils were made before the crackle menu ever even existed. And what we're gonna do though, oh yeah, you hear that? Let's go. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Make sure it's tucked in. Make sure that I don't mess that up. There we go. Boom. Preliminary toot real quick. Oh, fuck yeah. I need to get my battery out first because I need to make sure this is making connection. I might have to raise the I might have to raise the 510 up. So let's check it first. Yep, I'm gonna have to bring it up a little bit. Let's do one turn first and see how that does. Oh, let's do another turn. See, this is where resets are superior to top. Wait, hold on. Let's go 1, 2. That because with the bottom, I would just screw that on first. We got a little bit of spinny action, but we can fix that later. I brought it up a little bit too high. But that'll work. Let's take our battery back out. I always forget I can do this. Boop. And fill our bottle. We'll mess with that later. There you go. Get you some. Get you some. And then what I think I'm going to do is we're gonna do the type 2 next week. I think we're gonna do the type 2 next week because I don't want to sit here fumbling with it and wicking it. Phrasing has a wicking technique that I really want to try, and I don't know if we're going to have enough time building it for the first time tonight. There we go. Green bottle. Go long. Yeah, well, there's another show that starts at 9:30 though, and I don't want to be rude. There we go. We're in. This is a rewrapped Samsung 20S, by the way. Although now that we're single coil, we could do pretty much any battery. Oh yeah, we got some hot squonk in action. There it is. Now this is kind of why I went with the lighter green bottle. It kind of more matches the lighter green cap. Although it's still all pretty darn close. It's just like minor hues. You hear that? I think we're ready to rock with this sucker. The nitrous, the christening of the Grim Green SQ, new to me. We got an old Kinks coil, neck burrow alien, and she's ripping. Let's see. Let's get it. There we go. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. The other host doesn't matter. We want to watch JMW. Yeah. It's not even just about that. I mean, we're still gonna do another thing, and probably a mix. We still, But anyway, here we go, guys. Let's freaking get it. I got 3 holes open on the top. Hope that should be good. Sometimes I cut it down to two on the top. Little skeleton key. Oh my gosh. Cheers. Woo! You know what? Performance-wise, this doesn't need the reset. Performance-wise, it's just for long-term maintenance and having that freaking bottom adjustable part to hopefully allow more atomizers to fit on it nice. But I don't know. When I got the black nitrous and put the black nitrous on top of that over there, moved a couple things around, and then ended up putting this together. I don't know. This just very may well have found its home. Because it just looks also perfect together, doesn't it? Good gosh. That is a mech squonk setup right there. Fucking get out of here. That skeleton key's so good. I bet you do have all 3 holes open. That's funny. He said all 3 holes are open. Yo, you guys. I say some things. What are you gonna do, huh? I had 3, but I had to downsize. What am I miss? What did I miss? The other host doesn't matter. We want to watch JMW. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, dude. Seriously, Patrick, that's a big freaking deal. Every freaking day is a huge deal. I'm really proud of you, buddy. I'm really proud of you. 3 monitors. Hubby has 5. He's in it. but he wants more. Oh, on IT. Sadly, I only have 2 ears and a limited attention span. Yeah, right, right. If you need a point 0.4 plus, let me know. Maybe we can work some out. He said all 3 holes. 0.4. Oh, I may hit you up soon if you're cool with it. I vape in the 0.4 range if you're cool making anything in that category. The umamis are 0.4 in a single. But I'm yeah, Mao as well. Either of those guys. Let's see. Work of art. Yeah, it really is. It really is, man. I'm super stoked. I would, to be honest, like I was either always out for the Grim Green edition just because they're limited. I love the green and the black. It already comes with a cool freaking button. The other SQs or the top the clutches rather, everything else they just come with a black button. This you already get a cool freaking green button. However, I've seen some out there that are just regular SQs that uh, people have had stab wood panels done for them. Like, basically would have been happy with one of those as well. But, you know, this kind of fits into the whole collection. Uh, and it's the old school logo, too. I love that. Give it a squonk. Performance is great. That's hitting fantastic. Cannot complain about how well it performs. Oh, that's so juicy and saturated. Yeah. The freaking nitrous, always a winner. You can never go wrong with it. It looks fucking fantastic on here. Good God. That crackle is insane. Also, that wick that I just kind of rolled up, it's a really soft, kind of fluffy cotton. I was surprised because it's Coil Master cotton, right? I think that's what it is. Let me see. Yeah, it's Coil Master cotton. And it comes like this. It comes like in a wad. Let me show you. I don't even know if you can get this stuff anymore. It comes like in a wad like this, right? And you kind of got to pull it apart and eventually like it'll unfold like this into a big long thing. And then actually it even opens up more if you can find a way to open it up more this way. And once I opened it up that way and stretched it out, I was able to get 3 wicks out of rolling it. So, and it's like super soft and fluffy. Have you ever had fusion cotton? Fusion cotton. It's soft and fluffy like that. Um, and it's giving me great crackle in that coil. It's just one of those scenarios where I'm like, you know what? Let's just use up some of the cotton that we have because I've got a bunch of it just chilling in a drawer here. Uh, let's see. See, but the Ronnie says the move was a disaster. Broken trucks, moving guys disappeared, stuff missing, cost 3 times what it should have. But I have a place and my vape gear is all present. Well, I mean, there's a silver lining, right? And of course, yes, having a place. Moving sucks, dude. When I moved into this apartment. I literally just moved from across the street, and it was rough because I had no help. Um, at first, uh, all of my friends uh, who are an HA. They were all away for an HA camping trip, and until they got back, I had to basically uh, I would pack up. Basically, I was packing up everything in boxes and having it organized and ready for when I did get help on Monday, right? But there was a lot of things like my vape gear and like certain things, electronics. I was pack and my son's Lego sets. I was trying to keep them together. So I packed some sets like that and like my vape gear into boxes very carefully. I would stack maybe like 2 or 3 boxes on top of each other, depending on how heavy they were, and literally just walked them across the street, down the steps of my old place, across the street, up the elevator, and into here. And it was rough. And that was during the dead heat of August, right? And that was the first time that my legs broke out in blisters really, really bad. Uh, and the more I kept on pushing myself, the worse my legs got. And then it got to the point where I had to just call it. And then Monday, the cavalry came, and I had everything packed up. I got lucky, you know what I mean? To where I was like, I'm just gonna pack this stuff up. And then my friends came and helped me load up a couple trucks, get everything across the street. But until then, dude, it was rough. Moving is rough, and I feel for you, brother. I'm glad you're in your new home, though. You made it. You made it. Saw Mao's collection too, and this is why us vapors never get rich. Too many flavors and gear to collect. That's so true. And I know this is definitely something Mao is already mentally calling dibs on because it's green. Canadian Vapor. Oh, Duchess says, fuck Mao, he can't build, but fucking hell, can he mix? LOL, JK, love you, cat god. Dude, Duchess is, I know, he's been loving that freaking, that coconut crunch, as have I. Evening, folks, hope everyone is doing great. Doing freaking great, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Dell says, remember the Coilmaster kit came with round wire and the black bag of cotton? Yeah, my Coilmaster kit came with cotton pads though. But yeah, I do. I do remember. Everybody's saying hello to Paul, Canadian Vapor. I'm still on that Kendo cotton. Yeah, dude, Kendo cotton is what I use in my broken addies. And sometimes I don't know. I I use what I use in certain stuff because OCD, but I feel like Kendo cotton gives me the best crackle, but the most longevity in an RDL, RDA. Uh, let's see. I loathe moving, says Blue Diamond. Oh my fucking god. Yes, vape electronics must travel with us. Yes. Dell says I'm terrified of moving. All my model kits. That yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Moving those Legos was difficult. I had to take a picture of how it was all set up too, because he has all these Minecraft Lego sets, and they are all put together on a table to create like a world, and they were all specifically placed in a certain spot. And I moved them all a few at a time, or a few would fit in each box, and then yeah, we moved from Germany a year ago, May. We've all made it. That's right. That's right. You did tell me you moved from Germany. Muji cotton and or 4413 grams rayon. Oh yeah, Muji. Yeah, Muji's the classic. You can't go wrong with Muji. The the Amazon or the Amoza 13 feet, also fantastic cotton. It's gone up in price though. It's not as budget friendly as it used to be, but still good. Still good. It's gone. I'm good. I don't know what that's referring to, Chaos, but I hope you are good. Uh Shut up. Paul, you whore. uh, Blue Diamond says, "Hey, what about Duchess Juice?" Legend says, "Yeah, yeah, dude, the couple that I've tried, fantastic. I want to try the Whitney cream cake. Uh, but I do need actually to get a couple more sets of bullies and probably another set of umamis. Um, but I'll do that. You know, I talk to Duchess a lot. We'll work that out sometime. No correction. I did love the coconut crunch, but unfortunately, I already smashed the entire bottle. There you go. Yeah. Oh, a tornado touched down by my house, dude. This is crazy. Last week, somebody had a house in their neighborhood blow up. This week, we got tornadoes. What is going on Mondays? Neil says I've been stocking up on BP Pro Cotton. Yeah, the Pro Vape Cotton is great. It's convenient, right? The FDH wicks are like that too. It's already to the size that you need. I got more FDH wicks coming. Uh, I don't know. I have a cotton collection, I guess, but I've been using it up. I've been using a lot of it up. Someone shared it was the same evil doer. Ooh, oh shit. So it's 9 o'clock. Um, I was gonna do a mix, but we've been doing lots of mixes lately. I know we didn't do one last week. Um, we could push a mix out until next week. Plus, I've got what happens is these mixes they pile up. You know what I mean? And you got to let them steep at least a week and then taste them. And while I have been working my way through the white chocolate raspberry cheesecake version 4, it's almost gone. I have been working my way through the Samoa cheesecake we did, the banana butterscotch we did. What if I do too many mixes before I finish those, then they pile up, then I don't get to finishing them all, and then they just sit. So let's skip the mix this week. Darn it. I want to wick up that recoil still. I was dead set on getting that recoil in rotation. It freaking slams with those bully coils in it. And it lives on a clutch. So we're gonna keep the theme going. We got the SQ, and then we'll get the recoil on the clutch rocking again. So let's get that going. Spring to summer weather in our state, we were nailed by the hurricane in Asheville. Europe doesn't have weather like this, but they've had more so. And I didn't really mean evil doing, not really. Okay, evil just being snarky. I get you. Get them while you can. I'm rebranding and making changes to Duchess to level, and with that, we'll be shutting down temporarily. Yeah, big things coming for Duchess Coils. Make sure you're following him on Instagram for updates. As well as, speaking of Instagram, me and Dan were talking about getting the JMW Instagram going, like consistently trying to build a following there. Um, Possibly looking for somebody to add to the JMW team to help run the Instagram, uh, as well as room for more. But it's in discussions. Um, I would love to be able to have time to post on Instagram. Uh, I'm not really that super savvy on the freaking algorithm and the hashtags and all that. Um, but me and him were talking about looking for somebody to add to the team uh, to help with the Instagram. So also, oh yeah. I don't know if he posted it in the group. Um, Part of that ties into uh the JMW. What did he? It's an art contest. Dan, I think, posted it. I don't know if he did it just on Instagram or if it's in the group as well. Let me see. Yeah, here we go. Let me pull that up real quick. Actually. Because this is the first time I'm looking at it. JMW. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Present. Share screen. All right. So, gosh darn it. Can we make it bigger? There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. All right, so JMW Design Showdown. JMW wants to see your artistic side. There are a few rules involved. Must be a JMW member. So this is taking place in the group. If you haven't joined the group yet, please feel free. Must include any form of JMW items, liquids, merch, hats, build mats, etc. Build mats are from the past. Some of the old school members have some. Designed to the best of your ability. Keep in mind, some of these designs may make it to JMW merch, JMW IG, the JMW group, etc. Compensation is possible. Wink, wink. Must have some knowledge of social media platforms. No other rules. Just show us what you got. Good luck. Invite only. I don't know what he means by that. This picture of Dan freaking cracks me up. He wants me to do a picture similar. There may be more than one round and a proposition in store for anyone who impresses the JMW panel with dope designs. Basically, I think he was saying that anybody who is interested in doing this, have at it. And there is a possibility of dope designs if the person is interested, becoming part of the JMW team. I believe that is kind of the idea behind this, is to search for somebody to help us with in that respect. But Dan, knowing Dan, there's also going to be prizes involved. There oftentimes are when he posts stuff like this. So, yeah, that is that. I almost forgot all about that. That's in the Facebook group. It's in the Facebook group, Blue Diamond. I believe you should be a member there. Thank you, Peter. No compensation, just fun. Yeah, you could do it just for fun as well. Yeah. That's really ultimately, we're trying to think of more things to do to get people interactive with the group again. We used to play games like this all the time. We used to do edit contests, and we used to send stickers out, and have people send us pictures of where they posted their stickers, and that would get their name put on a wheel, all kinds of things. You know what I mean? Um, the bad storms are supposed to hit my area, says Neil, around 4 a.m. tonight. Woke up Friday morning to a tornado warning, but it was south of me. Ronnie says, my boss lending me a box truck is what saved me. Oh, dude, that's an awesome boss right there. Oh, art promos, and neither am I, but I'm trying to learn, says Blue Diamond. I'm learning by trial and error on my IG, but I will volunteer for making art. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I feel your pain, man. Got bruises everywhere. Yeah. She says, just art though, not heavy FX graphics. Don't have the software for that. I just used Canva. Yeah, Canva. Dan is a huge advocate of Canva, man. He suggests that like crazy uh, for yours, but used Midjourney and my old Privet PS6. Oh, I'm in. Heck yeah. Fun, fun, fun. Link. Oh, yeah, there you go. Is that on IG? On Facebook? Let's see. Thank you, Peter. I'm so in. We'll need your style, inspiration, and I've got stands and lighting coming around, but tab is still open looking at the gear tonight. Sweet. And promoting less harmful alternatives to smoking and educate the public about the truth and science and vaping. But we'll need excellent stock images. Ah. All right. Well, yeah. It's the whole thing is new to me. He was talking to me about it before I freaking dozed off and for that nap. And then when I woke up, Patrick was asking me, "What's going on about what can you tell me more about this art thing?" And I'm like, "I haven't even really looked into it myself, but I definitely wanted to share that. Let's get this wicked up. Let's get this wicked up. I didn't want to forget that though. Uh, and I think I can use that other cotton, that other little string of cotton that I had. Zoom, 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 zoom. And next week we'll do the type 2. I'll probably fiddle with it throughout the week because I want to learn it. RTAs, I don't know. Or should I hang on to it and we do it together for the first time next week and just wing it? Let me know. I know some people sometimes like those, like doing that. It does tend to be more fun, more interactive. Uh, I loathe Adobe, greedy bastards, but I may eventually have to give in. Oh yeah, so but it's fine. You're fine. Uh, it it's just hard to sit and wait on getting a device set up for a whole week. But uh, this is going to be short, but you don't really need a lot of cotton for the recoil. Snip. I think we should be good. Oh yeah, these are those bullies. I ran these hard for like a few weeks and then put it up. I need to get a couple more sets of these faux show. These things crank in the freaking OG recoil, dudes. Dudes and hot vapor chicks. Uh, see if I can get this, make this happen. This is short, but like I said, come on. Is that how they line up? Wonk, wonk. Eh, it might be minimal wonk. That's kind of how they line up, but yeah. Look at that. That's like we're really, really, really pushing it there. Uh, there we go. But I always end up cutting them super short for this anyway. So like literally once you get those tips cut, that's going to be freaking perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Look at that. We don't even need to freaking we don't even need to thin anything out really. Maybe just a little bit of that extra puffiness right there and right there. Bam. Yeah, 4-post decks don't line up like drop-in decks. Yeah, so basically like you have to push these coils towards the center. And what it does is it creates like that stretch. Although when you look at it closely, the one coil on this side is a little bit closer to the post than the one on the other side. But now we're splitting hairs. I actually love the way that the recoil builds when you look at it from the top and you got that one leg stretched. And maybe they are slanted a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Uh, the way that that leg looks stretched and the coils to the center, it's freaking makes for sweet freaking top down pics of your RDA. Um, we're just going to flip tuck, flip tuck, flip tuck, and flip tuck. So I left these a little bit rather than thinning them out. I left them nice and poofy and floofy because there really isn't a lot of space in the deck. And the more fluffy you can get your cotton in the recoil, the more liquid it can hold when you drip into it. So, boom. And this, I think, may get the lemon meringue. I haven't tried the lemon meringue in a recoil yet, I don't think. Last time I went apple cream cake, although the apple cream cake was absolute phenomenal in the recoil. But I want to go lemon meringue. It pairs up nicely with skeleton key. I thought you were talking about me. Wait, I heard the word perfection and my ears perked up. I thought you were talking about me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Uh, let's see. I did make up a bottle of my apricot almond for myself, which I haven't done for a while. I'm I'm tempted. I was tempted to put that into the squonk, but I want to let that steep a little bit. I literally mixed it just last night. Uh, I don't make a lot of that for myself, but I love that apricot almond. Apricot almond V3 on ELR for anybody that wants to know. Uh, so bad. Not you, Steve Duchess says, yeah, we love him. We love him. LT says, I heard HBC and perfection. Show you right. Yeah. You are cool. Oh, I'm excited to find out that lemon meringue. Yes. And is that an yogurt apricot almond? So it's apricot with almond custard, a little bit of flavor art custard, and then some liquid amber to kind of like bake the apricots down, and then some vanilla whipped cream from Capella. So it's kind of like it's like a soft custard, but it has apricot like an apricot jam layer over top of it, so it's still very very juicy. Um, it's meant to be apricot jam over like a soft custard, not very eggy, but there we go. That is turned up too high. There we go. Just get that nice and saturated. I didn't really. All right, let's go. Give it a little wattage. Oh yeah. I loaded that deck with liquid, so we got to burn a little bit off. All right. That should be good. Boom. Spin that off. Move that to the side. Get that on our mod here. See the similarities in the clutch and this guy. Basically, this was just a clutch. It came out before the clutch, I'm pretty sure, to be honest. And that's, I think, what I love about the clutch so much is because it's a mech mod that is designed like a mech squonk, but without a squonk bottle. Because it basically the same concept. What am I doing? Oh yeah, battery. I need a battery. Got to put the battery in first on the clutch, so you can tighten your RDA down onto it, and then we pop the top so we can spin it and line up our airflow, so we can have the R facing as close to the front as possible. And there we go. Oh, this is going to be a definite hand check that needs to go into the Grim Army group with both of these sometime this next couple days. Bam! We did this one not too long ago, but we had to get it back in rotation because I'm going to tell you what, this setup was performing so freaking sick with these freaking bully coils in them. Absolute freaking banger. Banger. Perfect freaking build for the OG recoil. If you got an OG recoil and you are familiar with your Ohm's law and battery safety, I highly recommend getting a set and rocking the OG recoil on a mech like this, man. Let's see. Get out of here. Autofocus back on. All right, guys, we got freaking double trouble. Freaking clutch or signature tips. Freaking, it's signature tips night. What can I say? But yeah, little lemon meringue. It's like a lemon meringue puffs, like those light lemon meringue cookies that like look like little meringue swirls, but they're hardened up, but when you bite into them, they just melt in your mouth. That's kind of what this liquid tastes like to me. It's not my recipe, so well, it's a recipe that I adapted from somebody else. So I can't quite take ownership of it, but it's fantastic. Cheers. It's been a while since I vaped it freaking dual coil too. I usually rock it single coil. Mm. We have a lemon cream cannoli cake and a New York lemon. This is a much lighter, brighter lemon and a milder bakery like back tone to it. It's a little more lighter, more appropriate for when it gets warm out. The New York cheesecake and the lemon cream cannoli cake are more like that comfort bakery for the wintertime type of vibe. It's a little more The longer this sits, though, the more the wafer note comes out on it. This batch is actually only a couple weeks deep, 2.5 weeks deep. I don't know, 428. If you let it sit a couple months, it gets a little more wafery. Um, I'm excited to find out that lemon meringue. Yes, and is that? Oh yeah, that was the last thing I answered. Oh, I saw that. Then liquid amber sounds sexy. Yeah, liquid amber is nice because you can add it to like apples, pears, apricots, any kind of fruit. You want to use it very, very lightly. It's Flavor Art Liquid Amber, uh, 1/4% usually, or even less, because it almost kind of has like a boozy note, but not really. But it'll take like any fruits in a recipe and it'll present them in the vape like they've been like you bake them down, like threw them in a pan and baked them down, like how you would bake apples for an apple pie. The fucking clutch, yeah. Personally, the home for my OG recoil is a hex home, yeah. And I mean, this other recoil has a hexome built in it because I do run one on a hexome as well. But right now, both my hexome have Bonza Pros on them with Duchess hexome duals in one and a hexome single in the other. Waiting to find out, then do my breathing treatment. So good. I think I need that liquid. Patrick says, sorry, been looking for my glasses, lost them. Oh man, did you find them? It sounds perfect, airy, less dense, and heavy dessert. Just lemon clouds. Oh, and a lemon wafers in it? Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah, a lemon wafer. Lemon cream wafer from Chem Nevadic. Uh, it has a very, very distinct uh, wafer note to it that comes out on the exhale. Um, but it's also got like angel cake, flapper pie, so it keeps it light. The angel cake helps keep it light. Um, Bone Orchard profile, says Duchess. Honey peach, bourbon cobbler with brown sugar crumble and strawberry region profile. Um, bright pink starburst style strawberry candy with a smooth exhale. In testing right now. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Dude, I like Duchess is always freaking working on new stuff. I I've been trying to hammer away at a few myself, but the process has been a little more drawn out than it usually is. I think I'm going to wick up the Ripsaw RDAces deal and put it on the topside dual. Haven't used a dual coil in a while. Very nice. I never tried the Ripsaw. How's that compared to the bourbon vanilla? And Bone Orchard versus bourbon peach? Bourbon goes great with peach. Uh, Neil, I live in Arkansas on the Missouri and Arkansas border, but also have a house in Fayetteville, right where it had. Oh, you're in Fayetteville? I didn't realize that. Um, I looked everywhere. They will be in the last place. Yeah, you know why they'll be in the last place you look? Because when you find them, you don't need to look anywhere else. They're always in the last place you look. uh, this Friday, gonna order the stuff for that plum custard. Oh, very nice, man. Yeah, I'm interested to see what you do with it. Uh, you go, Duchess. Excited to buy someday when ready. Hell yeah. Dr. Chaos, we close, bro. Uh, see, Dan lives in Autryville. So like, if you ever, when you get like shipping confirmation from JMW, you'll see that it says that it's going to check into Fayetteville first, but it doesn't. It's just because he's the owner of um, the shipping account.
Everything usually comes out of New York. I don't want to forget to share this. Hand check in early, but I sharing it late. There is Dell's hand check, the Bosun with that odd job V2 in there. All sexy and blue. I love it. And then uh I think Mao might have sent one in. He's bluffing it and kicking it. I think he meant fluffing it. Some cotton fluff action in the 6 RBA. Congratulations again. And we do have another 6 RBA to play for this month. So good luck to everybody in that. I got some messages to respond to, that's for sure. And an order that just came in. Sweet. Um, but yeah, guys, that's everything I had lined up for tonight. Well, to be fair, I did have a recipe lined up, um, but I think we'll wait. And the type 2 is going to have to be next week. Um, uh, Regardless of whether or not somebody else is about to go live any minute now. Once it gets to like that 9:30 time, uh, uh, it starts pushing it to like a late point where I got to clean up and get stuff done, and I still haven't even eaten because my dumbass took that darn nap. I think we spent a lot of extra time because we only started 15 minutes late, not 45. I think we spent a lot of extra time just chit chatting in the beginning, and I love it. I love people being excited for the show and just sharing in chat. It's what makes the show freaking run. You know what I mean? Peter says, I want to find a good pink lemonade. Commercial vapes have never got it right. We got plenty of lemonades. Um, Straw gummy lemonade, watermelon lemonade, raspberry lemonade, blue raz lemonade slushy. There's in the know. There's uh, blackberry pomegranate lemonade, a straight lemonade. What else? Peach Paradise, formerly known as Fuzzy Wuzzy, is technically a um, like a peach lemonade soda type of thing. Pineapple Southside Pine is really a pineapple soda, but it's like a fizzy, minorly fizzy pineapple lemonade. Kind of like you know how like lemonades are over in the UK, more like that, not like a full blown soda. We got plenty of lemonades. Stop that, Stevo. I think about that last place you look thing all the time. Yeah. I'm in Missouri, 30 minutes away from Arkansas. Okay. I've always been disappointed by commercials too. Yeah. I don't know. There was one, I think it was Coastal Clouds. Coastal Clouds is one that my son's mother used to really like, but I've never really had any. I'm in Pea Ridge in Missouri border. Have my house built right on the line. Half my house Arkansas and the other half in Missouri. Really, that's crazy. Uh, Ka-ching recipe. Not sure what that's in response to. I'm just. It's just time to navigate to rest, kids, family, food, real life stuff. Yeah, and like that's the thing, right? Like my son's just kind of chilling in his room. We both kind of woke up uh, late, rushing, and you go live for, especially when he's here. When I run long, sometimes he'll come out impatient. So watermelonade is amazing. Yeah, dude, watermelonade slaps. Even Dan posted a desk check with some watermelonade, thanking his past self for making it earlier today. Close to Popular Bluff, driving distance anyway. Uh, Chaos says, I got juice coming from Steve-O. but I asked him to surprise me. You're gonna be surprised, and it's kind of ironic. That's all I'm gonna say. JMW is fire. Thank you, Dell. We appreciate that. Dell says I baked a bunch of sad boy. I never had any sad boy. Oh, that is really crazy. Mao says I won't lie. Mao Mix and Duchess. Oh wow. I hope that isn't because we're still running. So I just got the notification that there's no stream tonight. No dopamine dump tonight. Um, Cass said I vaped a lot of Sad Boy, Blood Orange Ice, pumpkin cookie for me. Never piss off ex female partners. Yeah, yeah. Our history is complicated because we were both in active addiction together. However, which reminds me, next week, that's right. Oh, next week. Um, darn it. Next week is my sober anniversary. And we usually do like a recovery centered stream. Mm. So we'll have to do that and the type 2. Yeah, next week tune in. Last year was my 5-year anniversary, and what I did was I kind of told my story, but it was 5 years in recovery and vaping. And we're vape related content. It's the only time I really incorporate the vaping side of my journey into my recovery story because it did play a major part. Um, and every time like I share my experience, I always think of some different things to share. It's not like always like a cut and paste, like share my story, the same exact thing every time. I have different experiences that I went through in the past year that are extremely relevant to long-term sobriety, and that's the type of stuff that I think is relevant to share. Um, so next week we're definitely going to be doing that. We'll save some time to do the type 2. Um, Thank you. Everybody's saying congratulations. 6 years is massive. Yeah, 6 years, LT. It'll be 6 years. And then next month, since my my ex is the reason why I thought of that, she'll have 7 years in June. Um, well, think of the type 2 as a congratulations gift. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, I always consider things people send me like on loan unless told otherwise, and people are always welcome to say, hey, I would love to get that back. um and I usually try my best to pay it forward, and send something along to someone else. Anytime is massive when you're dedicated. Yeah, like 6 years is a big deal, right? But let's not forget how big of a deal 13 days is. You know what I mean? To somebody who's just getting started in their recovery journey, like Patrick, like you cannot minimize the importance of those 13 days. Everybody's journey is valid, and it's not easy, especially in those earlier days, man. Especially in those earlier days. And I got props for anybody out there who makes the decision to make any positive changes in their life. And getting sober it's it's work. It is work. um Hell yeah, brother, congrats, thank you. Good for her. Yeah, yeah. uh she's still you know what I mean, we still both have those shortcomings that clash, uh but we co-parent quite well. I don't think we neither of us would be where we were at today if we were one still trying to force ourselves to stay together. We wouldn't be sober if we hadn't split up. I don't think. That was a realization that we had to come to, but we'll get more into that next week. I appreciate all the kind words and congratulations. We're not there yet. There's no reason to believe that we're not going to make it, but we're not there yet. I'm kind of in my single coil phase at the moment. Yeah. Uh, I feel that, Dell. Patrick says, "Aw, shucks, yo, dude, legit, man. It's a big deal. It's a big deal." Um, Chaos says it's going to be long and hard, but it's worth it. It is. It is. 1 day is huge. 2 days is huge. 13 days is massive. It is. Long and hard. Yeah, that's what she said, right? Counting days, or what was it, Duchess? That's what she says. That's what she said. Uh, as gosh, it was as the something said to the something. I can't remember anymore. Um, my everything's buzzing. Oh, okay. Um, gosh, what was it, Duchess? Oh, Steve-O. It was the origins of where that she said came from. He shared it with us. Uh, Counting days, first days are intense. Congrats, Patrick. Yeah. And that 1 day at a mindset is is a really um it's really important. It's really important. Um my diplomat DLC RTA should be in tomorrow. Oh, you got one? Dude, sick. Sick. So I was waffling over whether or not to um to get one. Kaz offered to let me borrow his to see if I liked it. I said, I appreciate that. You don't have to do that. Um and then I was like, man, I really need to restock on some flavors, and I felt like that money was much better spent because there was some sales running. Well, Nam seems to always be running sales actually, but I needed to restock on some stuff that like I use for myself much regularly. Uh, as the woman said to the bishop, thank you, LT. That was it. As the actress said to the doctor. I thought it was actress to the bishop, but uh, let me share something beautiful Steve O shared with me. Getting through 10 minutes is also who, yeah. So, yeah, yeah. You know what? Remind me. I'll elaborate on that next week because 1 day seemed like too much, and 10 minutes was all I could fathom. Um, Steve Waffles. LOL forgot actress. As the actress said to the bishop, thank you. Yeah, yeah. I like that. I do like that. The Diplomat RDL RTA is good. Love mine, says Neil. Dude, yeah, I mean, I really had been wanting one for a long time. And I'm still considering it. But the thing was I told myself, whichever pops up first, a Diplomat, a GT4S, or a Dwarf, that'll be the tank that I go with. I I found my Dwarf. It came with this sexy ass Ship Plus. Enjoying the hell out of it. Absolutely amazing tank. I don't run a lot of RTAs, so it's like, how much do I really need another RTA? Then I'm gonna get an RTA, and then I'll be like, well, now I need another mod, you know, and that's just how the cycle goes. Gotta go. Daughter is calling. All right, Blue Diamond. Have a great night. Have a great week, and take care. I'm still here with cooking. Oh, awesome, QHB. You been listening? What'd you make? Oh man, I am hungry. Dell says I've got two typhoons and the diplomat now. I need a dwarf. Yeah, you're gonna beat me to the trifecta. There's just something about that diplomat, man. It's just like you can look at the design of something and kind of tell that it's going to be pretty freaking nice. You know what I mean? And some more sexy side by side mods. Yeah. You know, I am so stoked to hear that that Abyss is working for you, dude. Like seriously, legitimately. I felt like it made a better side by side than a Burrow, than an AIO. Although the original Ether bridge for the Abyss was kind of a banger, but the Abyss makes a real slick side by side. Man, you can just alternate back and forth between the lemon meringue and the skeleton key, real nice too. Same thing with like the New York lemon and the skeleton key, but little more crackle in this one. Don't get that confused though. Uh, Convince yourself that Duchess coils don't crackle because they 100% do. This one's not crackling as violent, but if I were to wick up the single 28 that I have in my Vena RDA right now, that thing's crackle city all day. Both my Hexome builds crackle like crazy. Don't let anybody tell you the Duchess coils don't crackle. You heard that here on Wickin It and Kickin' It. Aka Irote, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's fantastic. Miles says I can't get to California that fast, or I'd come over for dinner. QHB, yeah. Street corn, mashed potatoes, and steak. Oh, okay, all right. Tripod 2 would be a banger too. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Again haven't tried it. I would love to try all these single coil RTAs, but I was always on a dual coil RTA kick for the longest time, and I don't know. Maybe someday. You know what I mean? When the right deals come along, sometimes I just pick up stuff. Uh, it does. The typhoons are a tight fight, but it clears. Uh, Peter says, I commend anyone who takes the steps to get sober. I don't know how hard it is because I never went through it, but I know some people who have and have seen the struggle. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it it's a lot of hard work and uh, willingness. Willingness is the word that I always go back to. And like, there's a saying, like in the rooms in the 12-step program called how. How is honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. Willingness was the major key for me. Open mindedness, yeah, it took me a while to get open minded. Uh, and on, yeah, all three of them. All three of them are essential. Took me a while to get honest too. Now that I think about it, they crackle like a bonfire, says LT. Mouse says, hey, they crackle a little bit. They're okay, I guess. Elote is so good. I bet it is, man. Uh, Fit mistypes. Yeah. Uh, Cass says I was smoking pulled pork, but it decided to have a tornado today. Ah, dude. Funny story that you mentioned that. We don't really get weather like that here in Western New York, but occasionally you will have some tornado warnings, tornado watches more likely. Um, the biggest thing that we usually get is snow on on rough winters. But it was Carnival weekend in my hometown, Hilton, New York, suburb of Rochester, up by the lake. And I have this friend. She lives on the bay, right? Salmon Creek runs through Hilton. It opens up into the bay, uh, goes out into Lake Ontario. And she lives like her backyard. She's got a dock. Everybody in this neighborhood, they dock. You know, they get in their boats and drive to the bar, or and boat to the bar. There's bars along the bay where people just pull up in their boats and dock them and go hang out. You know what I mean? They don't drink and drive; they drink and boat. But anyway, we're out on the back deck grilling sausages, and we're pre gaming, right? We're getting ready to go to the Hilton Carnival. Big deal every year in a small town that we grew up in, right? Um, and all of a sudden, like the sky just gets black. There's this big storm rolling in. It starts raining, and we're not thinking anything of it, man. We're pre gaming. We're having a good old time listening to WCMF. It's like the classic rock station here. And all of a sudden, you hear the emergency broadcast system. You hear this all the time, and then it's followed by this is just a test. Only time in my entire life we heard that noise, and it wasn't followed by this is a test. It was followed by instructions, and it says tornado warning issued for the town of Hilton, all robotic and stuff. Never thought we'd hear the name Hilton specifically, you know. And a small tornado did touch down for about 90 seconds right in the middle of town. We were outside of town, but we heard that, man. And I'm going to tell you what, I was going to be damned if I didn't finish those sausages. I stayed my ass right out on that deck and finished those sausages, and they were damn good. They were freaking the sausages that had the cheese in the middle. Woo! So good. So good, man. But that was like I never saw the tornado because it touched down in town. It like ripped through like a couple people's backyards or something like that. But it was very minuscule, very minuscule. Duchess says, yeah. So if someone says otherwise, you put them in their place. Yeah. Pulled pork is for tomorrow, says QHB. See, now I'm getting hungry. Peter says, I have heard a saying that if someone is not willing to get sober, they won't. Yeah, yeah, that's 100% true. You have to be willing. You got to be ready, man. You can't make somebody get sober. They've got to be ready, willing to do it themselves. It's hard. It's a hard concept to grasp when you're going through it, but it's like a light bulb when you finally do. Light bulb going off. Kay says, yeah, we decided to pull it into my garage and let it smoke in there, but it's going to take all night now. Dang. Yeah. Those tornadoes are scary. California sharknadoes are terrifying. Yeah, I bet. Um, Kay says, I lived through the Joplin tornado. Dang. Didn't they cut those warnings now? He says, I guess I'm making pancakes for dinner and having pulled pork tomorrow. Yummy. Yeah, dang, that's rough. But pancakes are good. But yeah, if you're planning on doing pulled pork now, yeah, I get it. Miles says, I've watched a few tornadoes here in VA. Pretty wild stuff. Paul says, oh man, today has been nonstop. Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like it. Man, I'm really, really stoked on this. I really wanted to run the recoil on it, but when I put the recoil on it, I was like, it looks kind of big and clunky on there. That didn't I didn't mind as much as that gap. That gap, uh, it just wasn't going to do it for me. I can live with a little bit of overhang, but a gap, nah, nah, not for me. Not for me, dog. Damn, Joplin. Welcome to tornado season, right? Cass says I was in elementary school when the Joplin tornado hit. No shit, man. How's this looking? Still saturated? Massive difference in airflow. I still say that the OG recoil, top three dual coil RDA for me. Maybe I would say it's tough. I say top three because sometimes I feel like I forget about something. I think Asgard Mini will always be my favorite. But man, the nostalgia factor and how long this RDA has held up and stood the test of time and holds its own against pretty much the majority of dual coil modern day RDAs, you just can't go wrong with one. That snake bite airflow is where it's at. I still gotta. I think I want to bust out the clouds cap though. This is the flavored one. Um, but yeah, banger. Couple of banger neck setups. Uh, some of this other stuff might be getting torn down soon. This has been running all week, and I think it needs to be cleaned up, possibly rewicked. I might just rewick it and keep it going because now I got the drip tip going. And that umami coil is just too good. Perfect. Perfect. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I went and saw the new Final Destination, says Paul. It was pretty good. A little cloudy in here, huh? Dude, just what we need, another movie to freaking traumatize us about stuff we didn't know we should be afraid of. But those Final Destination movies are freaking rad though. Peter says I live in Maine, so no tornado season for me, but we do deal with winter storms in the winter season. Yeah. Yeah, we get some pretty rough winter storms sometimes. We don't get hit as bad as Buffalo though. Del says I love all my recoils. Yeah, I got the Rebel also. I got two OGs and one Rebel. I remember when the first Final Destination came out. Yeah, dude, I still get sketchy freaking. Uh, so I don't know airplanes. Actually, Final Destination 2, because I see more of those freaking trucks, those logging trucks, than I fly on airplanes, and I'm always going to think about Final Destination anytime I see one of those logging trucks on the highway. Uh, how do you know when your RDAs need rewicked? Um, you can just kind of tell. You kind of you can kind of feel like a drop in performance. Um, you'll start to lose saturation and flavor. Or just physically looking at them, um, if there's any type of like buildup getting on your coil, like gosh, I can't really show you because I don't. Uh, that's not it. Hold on, this one might be. Hold on, let me see. No, that one's clean. I already cleaned the. If you start to see like if there's starting to get like any like black buildup like on your coil, or like your wicks seem like they're sagging, or it seems like you're losing saturation of flavor, like maybe you feel like you're having to drip more to keep the flavor up, just rewick. I usually rewick once a week, depending on the atomizer. If it's a darker liquid, every 3 or 4 days. Um, but certain setups though, like that billet box I've had running for a month. Uh, I squonk with my freaking broken addies for like 2 or 3 weeks before rewicking them, as long as the wick doesn't break down on me. Um, each atomizer is going to be different. Usually, you're going to experience a drop off in flavor. It's going to start, and sometimes you'll start getting like a little bit of like a burnt taste. Um, wish I could buy everyone a Danny 3 RDA. I love it so much. I want everyone to experience the magic, says Paul. Yeah, dude. I know you love that one. Uh, listen, I'm never opposed to trying anything, at least once when it comes to vaping. except for MTL because I just can't physically MTL. I just can't do it. QHB says I have to see the new Final Destination too. I'm still traumatized from 30 years ago. Yeah, same here. Peter, still love it. Paul says they are bringing the real Annabelle doll to the Moundsville Penitentiary in my area. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, the logging truck. Dang, yeah, yeah, QHB, right? Yes, it's already there. Paul Cole, I believe I saw it somewhere. Yeah, muted flavor. Peter said, "Hell yeah, Mike, go see it." Duchess says Buffalo doesn't get hit as hard as Watertown. Yeah, you know what? I always forget about Watertown. Mouse says I got another 4 hours of driving and 4 hours plus of work across state tomorrow, so I got to make myself go to bed. Yeah, we're gonna call it. I wasn't expecting to run long. We probably could have done the mix, but we've been having a good time talking. When he said he would cancel the stream, it just made sense to just keep on chatting. I can actually start to feel my voice start wanting to give out though. 3 hours ish is it's a long time to sit here and talk. Um, good night, Mao. Have a good one, dude. Chaos says, yeah, probably need to rewick them then. Yeah. Have an awesome night, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight, guys. I definitely gotta bring it to an end. All good things come to an end. I hope everything is all right with Seamus, because he canceled the stream tonight. But next week, there's always next week. Tune in next week. Uh, we're gonna talk recovery. We're gonna do the type 2, and remember, keep an eye out for Mao and Duchess. They got new things coming. Lots of cool things in the works. There's also a T-shirt, a JMW T-shirt interest thread in the Yo-Yo Discord. I can post it in some other Discords if anybody's not a Yo-Yo to try to gauge interest in T-shirts. How many people are interested? What sizes? If you're in the Yo-Yo and you want a T-shirt, please go to that thread and drop a comment in there. Pay it. I don't know. Follow the JMW IG. Hopefully, we can get that committed to getting that up and running. Participate in the all the things, the raffle, the art thing. Um, yeah, I appreciate every single freaking one of you for being here every week. You guys make this show what it is. Replay crew. Um, I'm gonna have to erase the pinned link. So if you're interested in the Raffle Rumble, you can find the link in the group or in several different discords. Have a good night. Got some pancakes to make. There you go. Oh, and have a good Memorial Day, everyone. Yeah, we'll be here on Memorial Day. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna ramble if I don't if I don't cut it now. Thank you as always for wicking it and kicking it with me. We are JMW. Peace.